What's up, everybody? My name is Austin,
Susie.
and you're watching the Wholesome Financials podcast. This is fresh off the press. We just found this out that the Trump administration has has shut down the CFPB, and we got to talk about the impact of that because we work with we do a lot of credit repair. We work with a lot of clients, and so there's a huge impact just to the normal consumer, just in general. But then also it affects anyone trying to repair or improve their credit, right?
Essentially, yeah, if you use the CFPB to file complaints against these credit bureaus or these credit companies, whether it be late payments, charge-offs, inquiries, might not be able to do that anymore.
No, and that's huge. I don't think you understand. Like the CFPB, even if you go to the website, man, it doesn't even pop up anymore, which is kind of weird. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is 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 a critical part in helping make sure that the consumer is protected from predatory practices, from scams. They're almost like an intermediary. They're like the financial police for you, right?
Yeah, for big banks that are trying to defraud you or just smaller little companies that are trying to charge you high interest fees. Anything
Yes.
financial, they're your go-to as far as your, like you said, intermediators.
Yeah, and so the Trump administration has shut it down. Some people say they're taking a break or whatever, but no, as this story continues to unfold, they are removing people from the office. They've shut down headquarters in DC. If you go to the website, it says page not found, which is crazy.
Yeah.
They have completely shut it down. And just so you guys don't realize, like the CFPB's original purpose back in 2008 was it was created during the banking recession because 2008 happened
Yep.
because of
Unregulated banks
yes,
just defrauding everyday
yes,
people. So they literally enacted them so that the banks can't take advantage of everyday people like us.
yeah, and the CFPB has done a great job since then. It's provided nearly 20 billion in consumer financial relief, and so this has a huge impact on consumers because pretty much it's removing those protections that you have.
Yeah.
Not oversight over payday loans, anything that might be predatory, mortgage term oversight. Like 2008 could happen again.
Without this
Yeah,
institution
yeah.
in the middle between us protecting us, essentially.
Yeah, which is insane. And so also like financial institutions now have fewer restrictions, which means we're kind of left out in the open when it comes to
Yeah.
loans, terms, increase in fees. Not a lot of needed transparency when it
Yep.
comes to loans and documents and things like that. And then even investigations, like who do you report them to?
Yeah. I mean, my thought right now is maybe attorney general from your state. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But even then, you don't have a financial go-to
yeah,
mediator anymore if it's permanently shut down.
yeah.
Right now it's people are saying like it's frozen, it might come back, but it's uncharted territory, and that's really sad, honestly, because as credit repair specialists,
Yep.
we use CFPB to file a lot of claims, especially on behalf of clients who've had, hard inquiries unauthorized on their credit,
Yeah.
whether it be late payments, charge-offs, collections. We use that tool
Yeah.
to be able to remove some of these unauthorized transactions on people's credit. So now that that's gone, it's like we're going to have to pivot. The whole credit game is going to change, honestly.
It completely changes the game. And just so you guys know, like the current status, like there's been a stop on all investigations. There's a suspension of rule implementations.
Yep.
There's no supervision of activities going on, and the website, like I said, is even shut down. Like
Yeah.
it's on pause. And if you're a business owner, and that's what we do, we help business owners secure funding, and a lot of that is based on your personal credit. So credit repair is a huge part of this,
It's essential.
essential for our business. It's the backbone of our industry. Like if you're a business owner and you're trying to get lending or funding for your business, it potentially is going to be harder to access funding or get fair financing, stricter lending terms, potentially higher fees, and you'll only have a limited protection against like unfair practices, which is kind of scary, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's almost like we're back in the wild, wild west prior to 2008. And honestly, the only people that I see benefiting are the big corporations, banks, institutions that want your money and
Yeah.
don't care that you're a struggling 9 to 5, average person
Yeah.
that's trying to make ends meet. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of, yeah, man, it's kind of scary when you think about it. So yeah, like in the short term, like we're still learning as the story unfolds, but we just wanted to hop on and talk about it and bring some light to it because I don't think people understand how big this is. Now, the Trump administration, obviously, they gave a response for why they wanted to cut some of that funding. So for 700 million, they wanted to focus on economic growth. And so there are people trying to address like accountability, right? But I don't think the hardest part is like the people, the American people,
The consumers,
the
the everyday
Commonwealth, they're
people.
going to take the biggest hit. They're going to take the biggest hit, 100%.
Yeah.
Like not having, literally, it's the protection bureau. Like without having that protection, you're going to be left for the wolves, which is kind of scary to be completely honest.
So, rule of thumb, just FYI advice, just be very, very careful when signing on a dotted line. Moving forward with, mortgage loans, auto loans, just any type of financing, I would double check, triple check, because if something does go wrong,
Yeah.
you don't have anybody that you can go to vouch for you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, whatever's in there is in there, and these banks might win.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, if you have an ongoing investigation, if depending on who you hire for credit repair, if you're trying to DIY your own credit, like all of current investigations and claims in CFPB have been paused. They've been on halt. So, and there's a pause on any new consumer protection rules, and there's not a lot of complaint handling capacity because they're shutting down buildings left and right, including the headquarters in DC. So,
Sheesh.
if you are in the middle of repairing your credit and the CFPB is an important part of your process, I would take a look and see where that status is, and like you said, be ready to pivot and find a new strategy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you need help with credit repair, that's something that we offer. We got links in the description below, and you can just check out our products below. But give us a comment. Let us know, how do you feel about this? Has this impacted you at all? Do you agree with the Trump administration's decision to shut down the CFPB? Or maybe you're indifferent altogether. But we just thought this is crazy. I never imagined that they would shut down the CFPB, something that literally protects the rights of consumers.
Yeah. Hopefully it all gets resolved and we'll be back in business in no time.
Yeah.
But until then, let's pray everything works out.
Yeah, I know, man. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. We'll keep you updated as news comes out. Appreciate you guys.
Peace.